Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join us as we explore the rugged landscapes, uncover hidden historical gems, and dive deep into the rich legends and culture of this iconic region. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Please leave a like or comment. This is very helpful. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. In autumn 1870, thousands of prospectors flooded a narrow Utah canyon, convinced they'd found the West's greatest treasure. Ore was testing at $20,000 per ton. They named it Ophir, after King Solomon's legendary gold mines. The excitement was electric, dreams were golden, and everyone knew they were witnessing history. They were completely wrong about what treasure they'd found. Today's story reveals how soldiers chasing Indian ammunition stumbled upon America's most deceptive mining boom, where gold's absence created industrial empires, where silver and lead built railroad fortunes, and where the biggest winners ignored what everyone else desperately sought. This is Ophir, Utah, the gold rush that wasn't. The story begins in the mid-1860s with General Patrick Connor, whose California volunteers were stationed in Utah Territory to maintain peace between Mormon settlers and Native American tribes. But Connor seemed more interested in what lay beneath Utah's landscape than what happened on its surface. His troops spent unusual time exploring remote valleys and investigating mineral prospects, suggesting Connor's real mission involved geology rather than politics. During an exploratory mission through Rush Valley, Connor's soldiers made a discovery that changed everything. Local Native Americans had been crafting rifle slugs and ornaments from what appeared to be pure lead and silver. The indigenous peoples had developed sophisticated metallurgical skills, fashioning beautiful jewelry and effective ammunition from local materials. For soldiers who'd heard countless California gold stories, seeing Native Americans casually working precious metals was electrifying. In 1865, Connor's men systematically tracked the source of these materials through rugged terrain until they reached East Canyon, nestled in the western slopes of the Ophir Mountains. They discovered natural ore outcroppings of extraordinary richness, alongside evidence of generations of Native American extraction work. The soldiers had found geological formations containing some of North America's richest mineral deposits, but in their excitement about potential gold strikes, they completely misunderstood what they'd discovered. By 1870, when officials formally organized the mining district, East Canyon had exploded into a classic Western boomtown. A Bible-reading prospector, overwhelmed by wealth emerging from the mountainside, drew parallels to King Solomon's legendary mines. The name Ophir captured everyone's imagination and stuck. Within months, Ophir became textbook frontier capitalism. Rough wooden buildings and canvas tents sprouted from the canyon floor with astonishing speed. The narrow main street buzzed with saloons, gambling establishments, dance halls, and houses of questionable reputation competing for miners' attention. Hotels and cafes struggled to accommodate endless prospector streams, while stores worked around the clock meeting demands for mining equipment and necessities. The human influx was staggering. Thousands of miners converged from across the American West. Disappointed California prospectors, unsuccessful Colorado fortune seekers, and restless Nevada adventurers. All arrived convinced Ophir represented their chance at finally striking it rich. Following came the inevitable parade. Professional gamblers, teamsters hauling supplies across brutal terrain, legitimate businessmen, and enough gunfighters to populate several dime novels. What made Ophir different were the incredible ore values. Routine extractions yielded $6,000 per ton, decades of wages for ordinary workers. Premium strikes produced ore worth $20,000 per ton, figures so astronomical they seemed fictional. Mine names reflected explosive optimism. Wild delirium captured frenzied excitement. Miner's Delight promised instant wealth. Silveropolis suggested an entire precious metal metropolis. Operations called Velocipede, Pocatello, and Shamrock each represented someone's ultimate bonanza dream. Processing infrastructure became as impressive as extraction operations. General Connor established smelting facilities in Stockton and built additional capacity across Great Salt Lake in Corinne. The transportation system was sophisticated. Specialized barges and steamboats like the city of Corinne carried precious ore across the vast inland sea, creating an unlikely maritime supply chain in the American desert. Here's where Ophir's story takes its most fascinating ironic turn. When final production figures were calculated for 1870 to 1900, results revealed one of the most spectacular misunderstandings in American mining history. Total gold production from all Ophir's legendary mines, $329,000. Total silver and base metals value, $13 million. That ratio represents one of Western mining's most dramatic expectation reversals. For every dollar of gold extracted, the mines produced nearly $40 of silver, lead, zinc, and copper. This wasn't a gold rush. It was something far more significant to America's industrial development. Miners had actually discovered one of North America's richest industrial metal deposits. While individual prospectors continued panning for gold flakes, large-scale operations were extracting raw materials that would build America's railroad networks, telegraph systems, electrical grids, and urban infrastructure. Lead became ammunition and pipes, silver-backed currency, and created photographic chemicals, while zinc and copper powered the electrical revolution transforming American cities. Real fortunes weren't made by individual prospectors with gold pans and impossible dreams. They were built by industrial visionaries who understood what Ophir actually represented. The Walker brothers, Salt Lake City's premier banking family, possessed exactly this vision. While individual miners searched for elusive gold deposits, the Walkers invested in industrial-scale processing equipment. They financed Ophir's first stamp mill, the Pioneer, and when it proved spectacularly profitable, quickly added two more, the Brevoort and Enterprise mills. The Ophir and Fawcett smelters soon joined, creating a complete industrial processing operation. The most remarkable success story belongs to Marcus Daly, the Walkers' local agent. Daly understood better than almost anyone that Ophir's real wealth lay in industrial metals, not gold. Using profits from Ophir's silver and lead operations, Daly purchased his own mining claim, providing capital for an even more ambitious venture. With Ophir's industrial metal earnings, Marcus Daly acquired the Anaconda mine in Butte, Montana, transforming him into one of the world's two greatest copper kings. Ophir's silver and lead, not gold, had funded one of America's most powerful industrial empires. Senator W.A. Clark, the other legendary copper king, also recognized Ophir's strategic importance. Using his vast mining fortune, Clark helped finance the San Pedro, Los Angeles, and Salt Lake Railroad, which became the Union Pacific's main line. He then constructed his own St. John and Ophir Railroad, creating a direct 10-mile connection from the National Rail Network into the mining district. By the late 1870s, Ophir had evolved far beyond a typical mining camp. The town boasted 6,000 permanent residents and substantial infrastructure, including wooden and stone buildings designed for long-term use. The community supported 2 schools, multiple theaters, general stores, a stone post office with iron shutters protecting valuable shipments, and a combination town hall and fire station still standing today. The traditional boom ended around 1880, but Ophir's industrial story continued evolving. While transient prospectors moved to new gold strikes, leaving only about 50 mining families, large-scale extraction operations adapted to changing market conditions. As America entered the 20th century, copper and zinc became increasingly valuable for electrical systems and industrial applications. Mining companies developed advanced extraction techniques, sinking vertical shafts over 1,000 feet below ground. Remarkably, unlike most deep mining operations, Ophir's mines remained completely dry, avoiding water seepage problems that typically plagued such ventures. First-half 20th century production figures are even more striking than original boom statistics. Between 1900 and 1950, Ophir's mines produced an additional $28 million in metals. The gold component of this enormous extraction? A mere $200,000. By 1930, mining companies constructed a massive flotation mill, specifically designed to reprocess 400,000 tons of old tailings. Even waste from previous mining efforts contained enough valuable metals to justify major industrial investment. Today, Ophir exists as one of the American West's most remarkable living ghost towns. Dozens of original buildings line canyon streets, including opulent homes demonstrating genuine wealth once flowing through this remote mountain community. The old stone post office, now partially hidden by towering box elder trees, stands as a monument to an era when this isolated canyon connected to global industrial markets. If you would like to see a lost gold story by where I grew up, click on the link in the description. Join my Patreon community and discover my art print products on my website in the links provided in my description and link above. Also, if you would like a particular image from my videos, give the timestamp for image and I will upload it to my website and Patreon. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for another Southwest Gold story. Check out my large catalog of Southwest videos and playlists on historical tales, legends, lost gold stories, and adult bedtime stories. If you like a certain image from my videos, tell me in comments and give timestamp. Happy trails! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.